Hey, Coach Charlie, first of all, congratulations on the 2 wins in conference play so far. You guys had a hard-fought win against Monmouth Saturday night, and then Monday night you had a dominating victory over Fairleigh Dickinson. Can you just tell us about the wins and your thoughts in general about them?
Monmouth was a game where we played in spurts and we finished terribly. Down the stretch, we lost our composure and we were fortunate to come out with a victory. We did do a few good things in the Monmouth game, but we didn't close well, and we weren't a complete team that day. And we had to make some adjustments and get after a few of our players that we count on. And I think it showed last night against Fairleigh Dickinson that, we were in a dogfight early on, but we played as a team, we played together, and we did things that we needed to do down the stretch. And as you can see, we put them away pretty handily down the stretch there.
Can you just talk about your bench for us? You guys have a lot of players that are contributing significant numbers to the team and to the performances so far this year.
Yeah, we've been looking for Artemis Spanu to play the way she played last night. Obviously, she was one of the players that we needed to get more out of because she's so talented. And yesterday, she was the first game since she's been here that she didn't start. Mm-hmm. And that was something that we really were like, how is she going to handle this? And we had to really, as coaches, not worry as much how she was going to handle this, and more of how she was going to, challenge herself to handle it. Not, well, the old Artemis would have maybe, really went into the ground and said, hey, I'm the starter, I'm the star here. But I think it was a humbling experience for her, and she handled it very well. She went after it. She played very controlled. I mean, I think it was probably her best game here yet, just because of what she was up against and how well she played. She was so poised last night, and I'm really hoping that she understands now what was done and why it was done, because she is really capable of doing so much more. Looking past her, Kelly Hartwell came back off the bench last night. We started her one game, it didn't work real well. And I think that had a lot to do with her psyche. She came in last night and she gave that energy that she gave out in North Carolina coming off the bench. So I think the spread out scoring was more towards the fact that our bench was so involved, with Artemis coming off the bench, Kelly coming off the bench. Brianna Katai did a real good job at the point, controlling the ball, pushing the ball well, not allowing them to press us. We didn't have to pass the ball a million times to get through their full court press. She was able to get the ball and go, and that created a lot of break opportunities where we were able to swing the ball and skip the ball, and they weren't matched up. And down the stretch, that really helped us. Josette Campbell's really had a nice role with the team now. I mean, she only shot 4 times last night, but she was so involved in every play, passing the ball. She's taking care of the ball. She hit the shot when she was open. She's done a good job of coming off the ball screen well. So those players are really stepping up. And I'd say Rosie Madrano, somebody that started off her season, 3 for whatever, from the 3 for 30 from the floor. And continue to be, a pit bull out there, and just, continue to go after it, dive on the floor for the loose ball. She's been a big part of us. You look at stats and you say, well, Rosie Madrano, what a terrible shooting performance she's had so far. Well, she's doing a lot of other things. She's diving on the floor. She's getting in the passing lane. She's boxing out hard. And she's a great kid, great leader. So everybody's really contributing. I don't want to leave anybody out, but those are the people that last night I could say were really people that stepped up. And then, we count on Mary. Those are people that you kind of are happy that they're going in the right direction. Mary, we just demand that out of her. She's a senior. She's our center. So it's like, Mary's going out there and she's going to give us everything. So I don't even have to say with her. She's living up to that right now, and we don't even talk about it.
And lastly, Coach, we got a taste of non-conference or conference play for this past weekend with first 2 games, but now we go back to non-conference. We have 5 games before we get back into conference play in January. What do you guys have to do to maintain the momentum that you've gained so far this season?
It's like a all or nothing situation here in December, and I think this is the last year our conference is doing this, where we play 2 games in December. I think it's now going to be where everything is in January and on. We really emphasized how important these 2 games were to our team. You could either be 2-0, 1-1, or 0-2 to start this whole thing here in December. Then you got to sit there and look at their record for a whole month. So they were really important games, and you don't want to put that pressure on your players where they get nervous or they put too much into it, because at the end of the year in our conference, it's going to mean a lot to win the conference tournament, to have postseason play. Having an at-large bid in our league doesn't happen. So we got to go out there and we got to win our conference tournament. So we don't want to put too much emphasis saying that, hey, if we lose this game tonight, we're done. Because, you got the tournament coming up. You get into the tournament, anything can happen. But it plants the seed to get you to where you need to go to. Having home court advantage in the conference tournament is huge. When we play our conference tournament, there's no neutral sites. There's no predetermined site now. So having a record in the conference is important. And psychologically, us getting off to a 2-0 start was huge for us. And we were very fortunate to win that Monmouth game. And last night, we were not very fortunate. We earned everything we got. Shot the ball well from the floor, especially in the second half, 9 for 13 from 3. It's been great momentum. But now we got to do something that we haven't done. We got to win on the road, because we've only had one true road game against Stony Brook, and we lost. And Stony Brook, has a new coach, and they're going through some growing issues over there because a new coach, getting your own players, your own system, and they're probably one of the teams that we're struggling the most on our schedule, and we lost that game. The other 2 games we played away from this building was in neutral courts against Elon and Delaware State. Now we got to go over to Lehigh, and we got to prove that we can beat another team on their floor. And Lehigh's a very good team. I mean, they've been to the tournament umpteen times since they've started their existence. The Patriot League has been with them at the top since they started that automatic bid. They've been right up there, or the #1 team. So they're a postseason team, and we know it's going to be a very tough game. And they're going to try to get us in their style of basketball, which is possession to possession, slow the ball down. And they beat us over here last year. And, we remember that. And we remember how they made us play. And we weren't playing very well at the time last year, but we got this game marked, and we have to go out there now, and we have to prove that we can do something. So that's been the talk in the locker room, is that every time we play a game, we know that, people are going to doubt us. Right now, they doubt us that we can win on the road. But we've got to prove to people that we can. So that's what our whole focus is going to be this week.
Great. Thanks, Coach.
Okay, thanks.